It's the iMate Ultimate 9502. This is one of the highest end smartphones you're going to find. What's going on, everybody? I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com, and we're going to take a quick kind of tour mini review of this phone. I also got the chance to play with the Ultimate 8150 and 8502, and we're just going to do one video. We did an unboxing video on all three, so you can check those out. The review, we're going to review the 9502. My experiences were somewhat similar with all three phones. They all have slightly different specs, but the 9502 is the most interesting in terms of form factor to me, as it sports a full touchscreen on the front. It's a VGA touchscreen, so full 640 by 480 resolution. It's got a plethora of buttons on the front, as you can see, all your shortcuts to Windows Mobile stuff, D-pad, etc., etc. On the side, it's got a thumb jog wheel. On the other side, it's got your rocker switch, and then you slide the keyboard up, and it's got a Sidekick style QWERTY board underneath there. So really, just about every input option you can think of, between the regular buttons, the touch screen. It's got a stylus built in here for use with the touch screen. It's got the jog wheel on the side, and then the full QWERTY board. So this is a serious high-end device. It's only sold unlocked right now, running Windows Mobile 6 Professional. It's got the full array of connectivity options. It's got 3G that works in the US as well as abroad, HSDPA and HSUPA, so it's kind of future-proof in that sense. When HSUPA networks really start getting fully fleshed out here in the States, you'll be able to upload data quickly using this device. It also has Wi-Fi, it has Bluetooth, stereo Bluetooth connectivity. It's got TV out, so it comes with an adapter that has composite out, so you can hook it up to a projector or a monitor for business use, or even use as a kind of a de facto low-end computer. If your laptop battery runs out or something, you can hook up an external keyboard to it via USB or wireless. On the back, it's got a 3-megapixel camera with flash. Really, just about everything you can think of, the iMate 9502 has it. Its feature list is as long as the day is long. Well, you know what I mean. It's constructed out of metal. It's solid. It's got these, kind of funny textured kind of faux leather ends here, but it's all black metal. It's all business. It's a big phone. I mean, it's definitely, if we, just for the sake of comparison, put it next to the old iPhone here, in terms of length and width, it's similar. I'll zoom out a little so you can see. Zooming out being the other way. But in terms of thickness, the iMate, it's not messing around. It's a thick device, which it's not designed for consumers. I mean, it's a business phone. It's got the price tag and the feature set to warrant that. But it's not as sleek as an iPhone or a BlackBerry Curve or even the new HTC Touch Diamond and Touch Pro that's coming out. So that's definitely a consideration. That being said, it's sturdy as anything. It's metal. The slider mechanism is very solid. There's a little bit of give, because there has to be, but it's not wobbly really. I mean, this thing just feels like, it's built to be solid. So, it's not the most pocketable device in terms of style and comfort necessarily, but if you want something that's going to last, this thing definitely feels solid. The display is definitely one of the highlights. It's a full VGA display with touchscreen, as we mentioned, and it really looks great. We'll load up a Wi-Fi network here, so we can go to the wireless manager, which is a nice, easy-to-use application here for managing your various wireless connectivity, including GPS. It has GPS on board, doesn't come with a navigation program, so you're going to have to kind of go get that yourself, as opposed to one of the more, kind of slickly managed consumer devices that you'll see. But we'll hook up to a Wi-Fi network here. Alright, so I'm connected via Wi-Fi now. We'll go into Internet Explorer so you can get a sense of what this looks like. Here's the PhoneDog homepage. Standard IE, but it's a sharp screen, looks really good. We'll go to, let's get something that has a photo here. The one thing about a VGA display, on a display that's physically this small, kind of like I said in my review of the HTC Touch Diamond, is that the pixel density is so high. This is 640 by 480 on, a less than 3-inch touchscreen, that, your text, kind of standard text, is going to come out kind of small. So if you've got sharp eyes, you don't mind, kind of looking at images with, a high level of detail on a small screen, it looks fantastic. But you're not going to get, by default, the larger fonts and images and such that you would on a lower res screen that takes up more physical real estate, if that makes sense. But as you can see, looking at these images of this Sony Ericsson phone, it's very sharp. It looks really good. And you close the display and it auto rotates, which is nice. It's got a 400 megahertz chip in here, and it's nothing, nothing that's really a problem. It's not the fastest responding smartphone I've ever used. A little bit of a lag sometimes when you launch a program or, open or close the screen, that kind of thing. But generally speaking, works well and can handle multitasking pretty well, which is good. 3-megapixel camera works well. It's not the best out there. I'd say it's average for a camera phone, with the added benefit of, 3 megapixels as opposed to 2, which lots of phones have these days. Also, being a Windows Mobile device, Windows Mobile Professional on here, you've got the full Office Mobile suite, which combined with the QWERTY keypad is great if you need to edit or create documents on the go. So we'll load up Word Mobile here. And you can see it takes a second to load things up sometimes. We're ready to go. Slide it open. And now you can type. You can create your documents. So you've really got, your mobile office right here. Again, it can kind of stand in as a de facto laptop when you're on the go, your laptop battery's dead, or that kind of thing. You're not going to crank out videos with this, but for basic office work, you'll be fine. The keyboard itself, it actually looks a little bit smaller than it is in practice, I think because of the way it's aligned. It's not like an HTC device where the whole screen slides up. Instead, you've got it's more like a sidekick. The middle portion slides up, and then you've got the keypad kind of here, centered in the middle, which I think makes it, easy to hold, because you can kind of hold the phone by the outer portions and then use your thumbs on the inside. The keys are a little bit on the small side. I got used to them pretty well. I made a mistake typing here, obviously, but they definitely. Some people with huge or less than nimble thumbs might not like the keyboard. I think in general, if you like the phone, you'll get used to the keyboard and it'll work just fine. And again, you can use the stylus, you can go into handwriting mode, that kind of thing. It's a pretty standard Windows Mobile install. So you've got your messaging app that handles, your email, your text messages, and everything else. So, in addition to the long list of high-end features on the Ultimate series, one of the things that iMate provides as a value add here is a bunch of custom software. There's the iMate configurator, which you've probably seen in other forms on phones from other brands. But basically, when I pop my SIM card in, I'm using an AT&T SIM card here, it detected it was an AT&T card. It automatically launched a little status window on the bottom, asked me, do I want to use the configurator to set up my settings? I hit yes. It worked in the background. A few moments later, I got a message saying everything was configured. So my MMS messaging, my data settings, everything was all ready to go for me, which is a nice little touch. But beyond that, iMate has these two programs which are really cool, especially if you're an IT manager or running a small business, that kind of thing, or a big business for that matter. But they come with the phone, so they might appeal to small business owners. They're Custom IQ and Secure IQ. Custom IQ basically lets you set up preferences. It's all computer-based through iMate's website, and you get one of the Ultimate devices, and you can set up your preferences. So everything from your Exchange settings to which applications you want to deploy to Windows Mobile, and then you can push them out to your phones. So if you get a new device, if you lose your device, whatever happens, you've got all your settings saved, your applications, other preferences, and you can just push them right out over the air, which is a really handy way to keep track of, your fleet. And again, if you're managing various phones or users who are migrating from other phones or getting new models, that kind of thing. SecureIQ is a security system, and so that lets you do remote disabling, remote data wipes on phones. So if somebody loses their phone or their phone gets stolen, you from the SecureIQ management system can remotely just, you can disable it, you can set an alarm off on it that'll actually make the phone ring, so you can scare your burglar straight, that kind of thing. But for lots of businesses, people using smartphones, there's a lot of valuable data on here. And so you need to have a way to protect that. And iMate offers a nice service in SecureIQ. I tried it out, it works well, and you can do lots of remote management and security on these devices, which is very cool. So this is the iMate 9502. It's one of a trio of iMate Ultimate devices that I got to check out. The three of them, there's a touchscreen only device, there's a candy bar device with a QWERTY pad on the bottom, and then this, the 95.2, is the slider phone, kind of sidekick-esque. Again, pros on this, the feature set is huge, all kinds of connectivity, global 3G, Wi-Fi. It's got a great VGA screen, relatively powerful processor, runs Windows Mobile, professional, so you can do all your office editing right here. Cons, it's big, it's heavy, it's bulky, it's expensive, and it's not the absolute fastest, most responsive smartphone I've tried. There's also no kind of custom software UI on here to make Windows Mobile a little prettier, like you might find with HTC, the TouchFlow 3D, or even Samsung with their Omnia has a little layer of user interface over the Windows Mobile experience. If you're used to Windows Mobile, you probably don't care. If you like the eye candy, this isn't the phone for you. But if you're looking for a high-end device with lots of customization, security features, that kind of thing, the Ultimates are worth a look. And again, the TV out, the projector out on this, and the other Ultimates is a great feature if you do a lot of presentations and just want to carry a smartphone and not your whole laptop. All right, till next time, I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com. Again, it's the iMate Ultimate 9502. We'll see you later.